of you know that we had even a yacht club here on what was called Nairobi Dam, which now is a sewage. That we are going to clean up. We are finalizing the designs because we started with Nairobi River. We are going to go to Ngong River and Go Green, John and your team. I'm going to bring you on board on how we are going to work with the young people that work with you on matters environment. I think there is no better evidence of your love for the environment. I think your dressing speaks it. And so that's how we are going to work together. Habiba has asked me the question whether this is, she says, maybe she's not persuaded that tourism is at the heart of the better agenda. Just so that you know, Habiba, that in fact it is. This year's Jamhuri celebration is themed around tourism. Just to confirm to you that we have never lost focus on the place of tourism and all the interventions we have done and the forward plan that we have. I have asked Rebecca here and her team to work with Marianne there. They made a presentation to me on how we can reposition Kenya, you know, and our product in a way that we can elevate our destination. You have my support 100%, and I look forward to sharing with you that product so that we can take it forward together. So we not only have, we not only had a plan in 2022, we have a plan going forward that involves new tourism products, involves new facilities for meetings, that involves a better strategy on how to secure our wildlife. Just 2 days ago, I went to Tsavo to launch the largest rhino sanctuary in the world, in Tsavo. In fact, one of the presenters there was saying it is the largest rhino sanctuary on earth. So, and it just speaks to the strategy that we have as a country and what we need to do to be able to make our product better. And I did announce there that we are already in discussion with 5 international hotel chains that want to put up facilities in Tsavo, just because they want to be part of the largest sanctuary in the world. And that is going to create more opportunities for the young people of our nation. It's going to bring us more tourists. It's going to bring us more revenue, and it's going to enhance the productivity of our country. Frida, you said no need. Has asked me about bucket list. What is it on offer? If a tourist comes to Kenya, what is on offer for us as a country? And she has asked me a very difficult question. Where would I propose, you know, this person to go? I mean, if I were to tell somebody to go somewhere, I would tell them to go everywhere. Because you have different things in different places. No one place is the same as the other. You know, if you go to Samburu and Laikipia, you will get a different big 5 in Laikipia and Samburu. You have a different zebra there. You have the reticulated giraffe. You have a different set of animal wildlife. If you go to Masai Mara, you have a different set of experience. If you go to the coast, our beaches, it's a completely, you know, different experience. if you want to sample culture, whether you go to Loyongalani, or you go to Tobonglore, or you go to Pinluo, or you go to the next, or you go to Lamu for the Lamu cultural, you know? So it's a buffet of, you know, tourist destinations and products that one can sample around our republic. And we are packaging our product so that it is about wildlife, it is about culture, it's about cuisine, it is about heritage, it is about history, Kenya being the cradle of mankind, and it's about, you know, innovation. Many people want to know where the M-Pesa innovation came from. It's about Konza City and the kind of creative economy that it is building, and many, many other products. So I would be proposing to that person, they will be spoiled for choice. And then Jared has said we should eat the animals. I think, Kanga, you need to attend to this man. Mr. Lubasi has a very interesting proposal. He says there is something called consumptive utilization of wildlife. That the people should be allowed to keep 3, 4 antelopes. If they become 10, they can eat 2. Well, we are a meat-eating society. In fact, just so that you know, Kenya has the 3rd largest livestock herd in Africa. And part of what Kenya is about is nyama choma. It's about meat. And you will find nyama choma everywhere. You will find nyama choma in a kiosk. You will find nyama choma in a 5-star hotel. You will find nyama choma on a roadside. You will find nyama choma in people's homes. You will find whatever. So maybe I will ask TRF, the CEO of TRF is here. The institute, the TRI, this man, to do some research on what Mr. Lubasi has said. He says maybe if we provide people with an opportunity to keep some of this wildlife, we might actually grow our wildlife numbers. Because he says the wildlife numbers in Tanzania and all the other places are more than us, and yet they are allowed to eat. So please, do some research so that we don't make a mistake. Because I don't think I have quite an answer for him now. The only answer I can think about is for Kanga to deal with him, not to eat the wildlife. So I think I can take another set of questions. Yes, there is a lady there. You can get your name.
Good afternoon, all. My name is Irene David Njau. I'm a master's student in University of Macerata, coming from Italy, and I'm currently studying in Kenyatta University. One of the greatest things that you have said is like you are welcoming a lot of us in Kenya, but I have a problem, specifically me. I'm just here for 2 months, but I want to go back to Italy. They tell me that I have to be a resident, which is very critical. And as I am studying in tourism sector, and I'm taking international tourism and destination management. Coming to learn here, I've been here for the past few days for the seminars and stuff, but now I cannot go back to where I'm coming from since my residence permit is expiring and saying that the nation of Kenya has guided that we have to get a residency here in Kenya so that I can reapply for my re-entry visa to Italy. What are you going to tackle on this matter? As for me, for what I know, being a resident here maybe is to get for a 1-year pass. Me, I'm only for 2 months. And the only option they are giving me is going back to my country to go back to request and go back to Italy. It's crazy.
Are you Kenyan?
No, but I'm a Chaga girl. I have a trait of Kikuyu. I'm sorry, but I'm not a Kikuyu person for now.
No, I'm just saying, so are you a Kenyan citizen?
No, I'm a Tanzanian citizen.
Okay.
Yes, but I've come here specifically for studying, getting some knowledge to do my research since I'm planning to do research in Kenya.
Okay.
And I'm only here for 2 months. I have to leave in February.
Okay. So I think we will, Rebecca, you will handle her matter with our immigration people. Yeah, I think we can find a solution for the challenge that you're facing. I think it is not, it's not a big challenge. It's not, I think it's an individual issue which we are going to sort it out. The minister here will look at it. Let me take another set of, we have a lady there in good specs. Yes. Give her an opportunity to say something. Then I will take another from this good gentleman here. Yes.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya, all protocols observed, Hamjambo. Mr. President, when you took office, I think you noticed people in the hotel industry had a challenge. You had promised to combine all the licenses into one. The challenges they face is copyright, liquor license, accommodation license, many more. It would make it so much easier if you could combine all the licenses into one and have it paid through the government portal. My last and final question is, we have our runners who represent our country internationally and are accorded recognition. We equally have our children who represent our country internationally in pageants. When these children go out, like Noni said, they go out under the flag of Kenya. They give international people an experience on our culture and speeches about the wonderful landscapes Kenya have. Unfortunately, till today, as a parent of the young girl, I have knocked doors at the culture ministry. They have no space for us. I've been to Talanta and they said they only cater for the youth. I've also been to education. But this daughter of mine and other children shine for Kenya outside. My boy won the first title for Kenya. He was Little Mr. Africa 2023, the first title by a male child to be won for Kenya. He has not been recognized. He has not been recognized.
So that I can answer your question. So what is yes?
A setup where these children are held hands for, so that when they represent Kenya internationally, there's some funding for them.
Okay. Okay.
And
I understand.
More than anything, I want you to pass a message to Mama Rachel Ruto. We are grateful for her for protecting our Kakamega forest. And during the climate convention, my daughter was allocated 2 acres by the governor. So we're hoping we can reforest the forest with Mama Rachel Ruto.
Thank you.
I'm grateful, Mr. President.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Somebody on the licensing corner should be able to help me on consolidating. She has a solid point. that there are too many licenses, you know, this license and that license and liquor license and the other license, and what is the plan on consolidating those licenses to make sure that we make the whole experience around the hotel industry not cumbersome. There is a young Kenyan here.
Good afternoon, Mr. President. My name is Ella Cheruto. I'm 9 years old. I'm the current Little Miss Kenya 2025-2026. I'm a young energy enthusiast. And this is my question to you, Mr. President. Life conservation.
Okay, I will answer that one. There was a gentleman here, I think I wanted to...
Yes.
Oh.
Your Excellency, Mr. President, my name is Leshan. And I know I wasn't born in 1972, but in 1997, the former President Daniel Moi was able to implement policies that include the formation of KTB. And my question to you is that, what is your government doing over the past it's been 3 years now. So what is your government doing to improve and to support the tourism? Yes.
Thank you. There is a gentleman here, I think, give him a chance.
Yes, Your Excellency, the President, and our able CS President, riding all the protocols observed. My name is Luke Odhiambo. I'm also a youth leader. I'm a policy and a governance advocate. At the same time, I practice sustainable agriculture. I'm the Assistant Chair, Farmers Federation, Kisumu, Kenaf Young, if you heard about it. And also, I am a green... And also, I'm someone who participates in waste management, and I can attend to John. We've met with him in several occasions, being here. Mr. President, my question goes about opportunities for young professionals, particularly those of us who are participating in advocacy and environmental conservation. For example, we also run a civil society organization that is participating in waste management, circular economy. And I remember we had a project here last month to the Ministry of Industry about trying to use recyclable plastics to mix them with bamboo so that we can manufacture pellets. It was an innovation that we are trying to reach to the ministry in order that it can help us control and conserve our environment, making it sustainable and clean for growth. So my question is, what are the opportunities that youths who particularly are in the private sector can get so that they can demonstrate their abilities in enabling tourism management and conservation, and at the same time creating employment and giving other young people opportunities in the tourism space?
There was a lady here. I don't know who it was. Okay, maybe give it to that gentleman.
Good afternoon. Yeah, thank you, Mr. President. My name is Eric Odira, and I've been in the insurance industry for over a decade now. And the statistics that have been there is that the penetration of insurance has been about or below 3%. So what mechanisms can you do? Because there is this vision of 15 billion trees by 2032. How can you tag us along as an industry so that by the time we get to 15 billion trees in 2032, we can at least have a penetration that is about even 15%? Because at least, okay, it has been a very big stagnation. very big stagnation. And if you look at this stagnation, it can relate to how we've been having, climate change because of less trees. Now, less trees and less insurance penetration calls for a measure of sensitization. So as we take this initiative of civic education on how to grow more trees, how can you tag us along as an industry so that as we sensitize people for growing trees, we can also sensitize them on insurance so that at least you tag us along.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Maybe that section there is a good man there with the kofia yake hapo.
Thank you. Good afternoon, all of you. My name is Pule. I come from Garissa County. Let me thank His Excellency for what he did to the people of Northeastern, for the since he has taken the power. During the 1963, the Kenya got independent. We have been intimidated the people of Northeastern in terms of ID fading, the old bridge in Garissa. Banaraisi, you have did a good work. Thank you very much. My question is this: I have been a teacher, that there are problem facing, challenge facing in wildlife, like wildlife, killing wildlife, challenges facing the wildlife, like killing, selling the milk of the wildlife, poaching, and other problems facing the wildlife. What did your government do to the wildlife, challenges facing the wildlife in Kenya? What did your government do? Otherwise, thank you very much, Banaraisi. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Maybe I can answer those ones and then we can see what we can do. First, I want the people from TRA to answer.
Norbert Talam here, Director General. We are in the process. We have started that conversation, Your Excellency. Take a license, and we are promising before second quarter of next year, we should be able to have merged the license so that it's paid on one point and it redistributed across both levels of government.
We are behind schedule because that great lady there says we made the commitment. So we must match the commitment with action.
We will, Mheshimiwa Rais.
Yeah? So I think I don't want that lady to come and ask me that question next year and I cannot give her a proper answer. On the other matters that she said about Talanta and whether we can support all these good people who go outside Kenya, they support our country, they profile our country. What we have done in Talanta, we have clarity on areas where we support. For example, all the sports people. Any sports person who goes out excels in the world stage. They win championships. We pay them. We support them. Maybe what we haven't done is on the other categories. And we will follow up to make sure that it is not just those who play football. It is not just those who are in athletics, but also those who are in beauty and pageantry, that they can also get support from our sports fund. So it is a feedback that I will take and work on it. Sawa sawa. Ella, she will come back, Okay. So Leshan there has asked me what is it that we are doing, and I think I have given an elaborate answer on what we are doing. And tomorrow I am actually going to speak to the nation about it, about clarity on what we have achieved and what our plan is going into the future. Not just growing the tourism numbers, not just growing the tourism revenue, not just working on a better product for Kenya, not just building additional infrastructure, tourism facilities, meetings and convention center facilities, but making sure that it speaks to the growth of our nation that touches people's lives. So Luke has said something about innovation. What is it that we can do to work with them in the circular economy space? You have suggestions that you have placed to the Ministry of Industry on how we can use what would otherwise be pollution, what will otherwise be waste, turn it around and turn it into products. We are having a conversation with the city of Nairobi on refuse collection and what we need to do about it. And I agree with you that we can green better our environment if we manage waste better. We can actually do more, and we can turn waste, as you know, into gold. Yeah, so, and I agree with you that the ministry and all the other stakeholders must work with you so that we find space. Ella, I was looking for you to answer your question. Yeah, so as I explained earlier on what we need to do in the tourism space, you have asked me what is the Kenya government, what is my administration, the one that I run, what is it doing to improve on the tourism sector? And I just, wildlife. Number one, the first thing we did was to provide a mechanism to protect our wildlife. That is why we hired 1,500 game rangers to make sure that our wildlife are safe. Number two, as you heard me say earlier, we are not only looking at wildlife in the wild, we are also looking at those who are endangered, like the rhinos. So we, 2 days ago, we have put in 600 million shillings to expand the rhino sanctuary in Savo, to make it the largest rhino sanctuary in the world. And we are not only providing people to protect, we are also providing an environment for them to multiply because their numbers are really down. We are also looking at how we can expand the area where wildlife can access. And we are working with counties. For example, in Amboseli, we've agreed with the county government of Kajiado that apart from the 300,000 acres that is Amboseli National Park, they are going to add 1 million acres so that there is more space for wildlife to use. The same thing is happening in Masai Mara. The same thing is happening in all our other tourism facilities. So we have a comprehensive plan. This afternoon, Ella, this afternoon, we just launched our wildlife sensors in this space because we want to know trends, which wildlife numbers are growing and how do we support it, which wildlife numbers are going down and how do we mitigate so that we can have numbers and data on what is happening to our wildlife. You have heard another person here saying that we should be eating the wildlife, but we are going to have another conversation with him. Eric has talked about insurance. I don't know whether you know that once upon a time, I had a relationship with some insurance things. And it is true. The penetration of insurance in Kenya is very low. People don't see it as a necessity. People do it because the law says, or because regulations demand. I agree with you that we need a lot more advocacy in that space. And I will give you two things that we are doing. Number one, the social health insurance, you know, which was limited to only about 8 million Kenyans. We are now making it available to 28 million Kenyans as of this month. So we are expanding the insurance space. In the tourism sector, there is already a conversation on how every tourist who comes to Kenya must have insurance. Is that correct? Yeah? So there is already, we are working with our insurance companies because we do not want those who come to Kenya, if anything happens, they get involved in an accident or something, they must be insured. That is what other countries do. So again, that will be space to have our 10 million travelers to Kenya having insurance. And I hope your industry is going to see numbers grow. Yeah? So there is thinking around how to grow the economy in a wholesome manner. My friend Bule Mwalimu has said something about challenges facing wildlife. I think it is the same question that Ella had said, and I have answered that we are protecting, we are providing mechanism for the protection of wildlife, whether they are in the wild. We are expanding more space available for wildlife. We are looking at data so that it informs our strategy on how to look after our wildlife. And we are even protecting those who are endangered. As you know, we have 2 of the world's remaining northern white rhinos. And we are trying to do everything possible to try and see whether we can use embryo transfer and all technologies to make sure that those 2 leave behind others, so that we don't lose that generation of white rhinos. So we are stepping up using research and using all the other interventions. Finally, okay, maybe DG wants to say something on, oh yeah, no. DG is telling me that you said you're called Little Miss Tourism. Huh? Little Miss Kenya. Oh, yeah, Little Miss Kenya. Because we have facilities in the National Park, the Director General here is offering to pay for you to go to one of the facilities. Okay? With your mother, you know? And so please arrange, and we can do that. So let me conclude by saying that we are good. I know that many other people would have wanted to ask questions. I have another engagement, and I will be speaking at length tomorrow on the Jamhuri Day on this subject of tourism, wildlife, and mice. I want to thank all of you who have engaged in this conversation. And I look forward to another opportunity where I can take questions from you, and hopefully we will have an engagement going forward that will inform our tourism numbers going up. Sawa sawa. So asanteni sana. God bless you.
Asante sana, Your Excellency. Before you go, sir, we're going to request you help us cut this cake. Hii keki imetengenezwa ya Jamhuri na hali Christmas. If you can join us here pamoja na waziri wetu and the two PSs kindly tukate hii keki ya Jamhuri. Mama Matron, uko na maneno?
Your Excellency, Mr. President, this is Kenya at 62.